my stag do. Well, not my stag do, my friend's stag do, but just draining down the heating now. This box arrived at the weekend, so I've just fixed that to the wall. So that's in and safe. And then I'm gonna start drilling these holes for my return, get that out. But quite nice to have that as a little drain point. I'm doing it again, aren't I? I'm cracking on and forgetting to film everything. Right, what we want when we're sort of boarding this out is, I see so many places where it's just like, either like a bit of MDF, you know, like finished MDF, like public toilets, or someone's put like plasterboard straight on it and then tiles. And the problem with that is, right, that if you imagine you're sitting on this, you're gonna get tiniest amount of movement, like really tiny little bit of movement. But over the years, what happens is that this part of the board, if it's like plasterboard or whatever, starts to dent a little bit, and then over time it gets worse and worse and worse. So it's essential really that you put in something like this, like 18mm OSB or ply or whatever you want to use, and that can go on there first. And then I've got this stuff here, so this is kerdi-board, just the 5mm stuff. It's only for tiling, but screw that on afterwards, and you know that's going to be perfect, absolutely perfect. So I've been doing it like this for years. I've never ever had any trouble. So I'm not going to start changing that and do it differently. What I do as well, obviously, I cut my width in. And then my quickest way, to be honest, I just offer the board up, get behind the board when that's sticking out, obviously in there. I just mark where it is, just mark like middle, center, hole saw, bang. And although, look, you can see I'm doing this really quickly, but although it's not perfectly in the middle, I use a slightly bigger hole saw, and it just gives you that bit of play. You don't have to go too mad with it, because obviously you can measure it. If I had the time, I could measure it. I've got to get all this done for tomorrow for the tiler to come. So just trying to hurry up. But everything, even though look, that's slightly off center, it's not the end of the world. It's in there. Remember, we're gonna have a wall hung pan covering all that. You'll probably see that the tilers, when they come to do it, they normally just cut like a diamond shape out like that. They don't do individual hole saws, because that's just much harder work for them. So what I've done here as well, I've measured that as 55 down, 55 across. That's my cable for it. That's first fixed in. We want 30 centimeters or 300mm sticking out like that when it's done. And as you can see, that's not moving anywhere. That was in my fixed position. Now, whilst I've got you and I'm on here, remember I raised this up for my elderly customer. Now, what's happened there is for the rocker toilet, they wanted it 70, what was it? I'm trying to remember this off memory now, but I believe it was 70 off the floor, 70 out, I believe. So what I did is I raised that frame up, because elderly customer, they don't want to bend down as much. And I believe this, in an ideal, if I brought it up, I can't remember how much I brought this up, 50-60mm, something like that, then I should have done 70 plus 50-60, which I think is about here. But behind here, there, see that? Is a blue bar. There's like a blue steel bar going across there. So I couldn't bring it out of there, so I brought it just tight to the underside. So when I come to second fix this, I'm gonna see if my flexi reaches. There's like a flexi that goes onto this. We shall see. If not, I'll overcome it. You can see I've admitted that on YouTube. There'll be a way around it. So I've just brought that out where it fits. Hopefully that'll be all right. We shall see. So that's in there. I've just done, you know, got 3 screws in there, three. That's on there solid. And then this one can go on kerdi-board. And then what I've done, come on, get out of the way. What I've done is before I screwed this up, I took that outside, put this behind it, and then just used it like a stencil. So I just drilled through my hole saws and just cut the kerdi-board out. There's no point doing everything twice. Get that through there. goes like so once it's all in. So we've got nice screws for that. But go do the top one first because there's a slight overlap there. So I just wanted to get it in to show you. I'm going to cut this one in now. Do the same, just cut that square out. Just remember, especially tilers if you're watching this, that your tiling needs to be 3mm max away. The amount of them I've seen, they're like bloody 10mm gap around this or something. It's dreadful. So you want to essentially just keep your tiling as tight as you can to this. All right, because when the flush plate goes on, the flush plate's got a little bit of coverage, but not that much. So that's why they're asking for 3mm maximum. And even though they printed on here, you wouldn't believe the amount that miss it. So just keep an eye on that. Right, when screwing these, you're gonna need these washers. So you can buy these washers from any of the places that you buy this from. And then you can get some drywall screws. I think these are the ones that come with it. They've got a little sort of self-tap a bit on the end there if you buy a pack of the screws. But what I would recommend is just getting, I need some more, but some really short ones, 20mm or something. Simply because when you're screwing this board back, like obviously behind the wall here, down there, down to there, is the toilet cistern. So if you've got a nice long screw and you forget, and you go whoop through there, you're going to pierce your cistern. So I'd recommend getting some really short screws and just try and avoid, like I just try and miss out this bit here. Obviously there's a bit of thing there, so I probably will stick one of these on there because, I mean, as you can see right through there, it's not going to go through the ply. It's just going to grab onto the ply but not pierce, not go through. So yeah, look, you can see that there. So look, so that's just going to sit like that. So it's not going to go through and damage it. So I'll probably use them two that I've got for these two here, and then the rest can all be normal everywhere. Okay, so that's that done. So that's all boarded. See the width of that, or that, plus there is exactly a whole board. So I only bought 2 boards, but what I've done was just cut this in over this edge here because this existing windowsill is sort of like all over the place. So I've cut that in just to sort of tear the, go over that joint where the wood meets that. And then there's only a little 5mm gap there, but where that's solid, my tiler, you can put some adhesive on there, that's absolutely solid. And then level that in, so it'll be nice. There's no point putting board on that, there's no point. So just do that and that'll be perfect. So that is that. So now to prep the floor. So what I've done here is the offcut, that was the back of that board, I've used here just to bring it up to height, because obviously when they did the heating first time around, they've obviously ruined the floorboard, and they've bought some floorboards and popped them back. But as you can see, the height difference was like just mental. So as these were 5mm, I've just, like, instead of chucking them away, I've just popped it in just to fill the gap up. And then I've got ditra mat going on top of that, but I just thought might as well, helps out a little bit, doesn't it? Rather than waste it. This side's all right actually, where they've done this. It's the same level. So let's get some ditra heat out. Ditra mat. So if you haven't seen this stuff, I absolutely love it. This is the Schluter ditra heat matting, and this particular one, this is the it's like the sticky back. You just unpeel that. It's like super sticky. Little sound barrier there on the end there. I think you can buy 2 different ones, but I like buying this one. Super easy to use. It comes in squares, roughly that size. I'll just cut that. And yeah, you get it all in position. Get it under there, and then you just unstick it. So it's wicked stuff. Let me show you. we have it. That's all done. I've just put some screws just to, it's not really going anywhere, but belts and braces just in a few places just to keep that all down. There's absolutely no movement there. And that is ready for the tiler tomorrow. Perfect. Right, let's go clean up everything.